Welcome to DaAi Headlines. I'm Wendy Chen. Thank you for joining us. Coming up in today's show, Tzu Chi volunteers in China are holding winter aid distributions to help residents in both Fujian and Sichuan province. As US Tzu Chi is celebrating its 23rd year of establishment, Tzu Chi volunteers are organizing a national training seminar. And in today's feature report on Taiwan's unique traits, we meet the security guards who are guarding our Feicui Reservoir. In China's Fujian province, beginning on December 25th, Tzu Chi held a 3-day winter aid distribution in Quanzhou City. On the first day, the distribution was held at Quangang District, and a total of 7,256 families received aid supplies. Many local residents, upon arriving at the distribution venue, did not hurry to pick up their aid packs, but instead lent a helping hand to ensure the smooth running of the event. Knowing Tzu Chi is holding a distribution, Quanzhou residents line up bright and early. Among the Tzu Chi volunteers, Qiu Wenge is in charge of the traffic flow. It is hard to imagine that the soft-spoken Qiu Wenge used to smoke and drink and gamble decades of his life away. Luckily, his wife, Nian Shoumei, who runs a pharmacy, joined Tzu Chi, and it was then that Qiu came to a turning point in his life.
I've established a connection to Tzu Chi. After learning of the organization, I've constantly taken part in its events. I will continue doing Tzu Chi's work.
Though Qiu's mother is in the intensive care unit, the couple gives selflessly at the Tzu Chi winter aid distribution.
Thanks to the blessings from many Tzu Chi volunteers, I believe my mother-in-law will be able to make it through.
The atmosphere at the distribution site is one filled with love and warmth. The volunteers sing to lighten up the day, and many residents help carry the bags of rice for others.
In the relay of love, Tzu Chi's blessing is spread far and wide.
Carrying these bags of rice is not heavy. It feels great to be able to help.
Zhuang Ziping, who is over 40 years of age, collects recyclables for a living. Despite his financial burden, Zhuang arrives at the distribution site not just to pick up his aid pack, but also to lend a helping hand.
They help us, so we should give back too. This is a basic principle of life.
For those who are unable to carry the relief items, volunteers are here to help deliver the supplies home. Tzu Chi volunteers also visited a local convent, the Qingyuan Temple.
Whether it is an ant or a little bird, we as nuns have to save them. Regardless of how troublesome a person is, we have to save him or her.
Of the over 20 children here, each suffers from some form of disability and was abandoned by their parents. Luckily, the masters at Qingyuan Temple took them under their wings. Having to rely on government subsidies, the nuns also grow their own vegetables to make ends meet.
We, the older ones, take care of the younger children. We help each other out.
Apart from bringing relief items, Tzu Chi is also installing DaAi TV in the temple.
You will be able to watch our master's teachings, and there are also children's programs available too. You are really kind-hearted.
At this winter aid distribution, volunteers vow to accompany these local residents for as long as they can. Also in China, Luzhou district in Sichuan province experienced serious flooding this July. After the flood waters slowly receded, Tzu Chi was there to offer aid and care to families in need. On December 22nd, volunteers held a winter aid distribution for 2,999 households in Luzhou City. Each family received a bag of rice, cooking oil, as well as warm clothing and blankets. Thanks to the love of Tzu Chi, these families are guaranteed of a warm winter.
Residents here in Luzhou follow Tzu Chi volunteers in exercising to keep warm. Volunteers who were here in July are back again to ensure low-income residents can enjoy a warm winter and joyous new year.
Your organization is so professional and so full of goodness. Everyone is so enthusiastic and so full of team spirit. As well, work is handled down to the smallest details.
Since Luzhou suffered serious flooding back in July, in addition to low-income families, flood victims were also included in the list of aid recipients. Among them was flood victim Wen Zufang, who never imagined that Tzu Chi would be back with help just a few months later.
The aid will be a big help, without a doubt. It will help lessen our financial burdens. For example, the rice will tide us over for up to a month.
As Tzu Chi is slowly becoming a household name here in Sichuan, at this most recent aid distribution, several students signed up to help as volunteers. Despite the heavy work, each one found joy in their participation.
Although it is heavy, I have experienced how helping others brings its own joy.
I'm doing this for everyone. It is our duty, and I'm happy to do it.
At the two-day distribution, nearly 3,000 families received timely aid, with volunteers and neighbors alike sharing in the joy of giving to those in need.
In the United States, volunteers from the Tzu Chi New York chapter continue to distribute cash cards to Hurricane Sandy survivors. This time around, they helped current and former firefighters whose houses were severely damaged by the hurricane. At the distribution, 116 families of the firefighters received Tzu Chi's help.
To help the firefighters who were themselves victims after Hurricane Sandy, Tzu Chi worked with the Uniform Fire Officers Association to hand out cash cards to these public servants.
The firefighters are always the last group to receive help. The cash cards symbolize our care and love for them, so that they know they are not forgotten.
When facing threats such as 911 or any kind of major disaster, firefighters are required to keep a cool head, even when the damage is to their own homes.
I'm active, 33 years. So we've never had it where we always help people. I've never been a victim. Even with the World Trade Center, you got to go home. But now you went home to a disaster area, and it was very difficult that way. From Bill, $600 is a lot of money. It's like very unexpected to come and find out and get $600.
My husband's a lieutenant, yes, my husband. So I'm here. He's working in 24, so I'm here in his behalf. And we lost everything, but you know what? Still stand strong. He was here at 9/11, and he was here for months at 9/11. I used to visit him in the church across the street, so it's a lot of memories brought back. But you know what? We're all alive and we're strong, and there's nothing stronger than a firefighter and their wives. Thank you so much.
People can talk religion, whatever it is, and say that they're good, but actions speak a lot louder than words.
As they received the cash cards, the firefighters also learned of the spirit of bamboo coin banks.
I'm a teacher in Tzu Chi Academy. I've been teaching for 13 years. Today, I'm here to tell the survivors about Tzu Chi, just like what I've taught in class.
Hurricane Sandy was one of the most serious disasters the city has ever faced, but was also a catalyst that has allowed Tzu Chi's love to gradually spread to many more communities here on the east coast of the U.S.
The Tzu Chi U.S. headquarters is celebrating its 23rd anniversary this year, and to date has seen a total of 2,891 certified commissioners who are continuing to carry out Tzu Chi's work to help the poor. On December 8th, Tzu Chi volunteers from all around the United States gathered in St. Dimas, California to attend the Unity Consensus seminar, in which the volunteers were inspired to continue to light up dark corners around the world.
It is 4 a.m. and it is quiet all around, But here at the Tzu Chi US headquarters, some 200 volunteers from around the country have arrived to render their homage. This year marks the 23rd anniversary of Tzu Chi US headquarters, but volunteers are not organizing a celebratory event. Instead, a unity consensus seminar has been planned as a way to encourage volunteers to shoulder more responsibilities in promoting Tzu Chi's missions.
Our master gave us a great cultivation ground, so we should ask not for a lighter burden, but for greater strength, ask not for good health, but for wisdom and acuity, and ask not for everything to go as we wish, but for perseverance and courage.
Having just completed distributions for the victims of Hurricane Sandy, the relief team shared their experiences with their counterparts.
We should view hardship and disaster as our mentors. When we see so much hardship and suffering, it makes us realize that we need to seize every opportunity to help those in need.
At the Unity Consensus Seminar, volunteers not only share what they have accomplished, but they also take to heart the importance of passing on Tzu Chi's lineage.
If we want to think about the future, we have to look at today's youth. And the way to connect Tzu Chi and the Dharma to today's youth is to make the Dharma available to them. And only if there is a place like that will we get the younger people to join Tzu Chi.
As the volunteers put on their sign language performance, each hopes to have the determination and perseverance to continue their charity work in the United States.
During the holiday season, the one thing most people look forward to is receiving gifts on Christmas Day. Here in Taoyuan, Taiwan, Jingsi Books Publications organized a book donation drive and donated a variety of books to the Daluan Elementary School. For teachers and students, this Christmas gift was one of a kind.
At break time, playing catch and chatting with friends are the students' favorite activities. In the library, reading books in a quiet corner can enhance knowledge, but reading a Jingsi publication will uplift a student's character.
If everyone has a compassionate heart, we can overcome all obstacles.
Master Zhenyan says, with love in our hearts, we can conquer all difficulties.
If I see it at a bookstore or library, I will buy it or borrow it to read.
Appealing to the book donation drive, Jingsi Publications donated many great books for children, and after reading them, many were inspired in the same way.
There are 10 kinds of books. We put some of them in the library and the others in the staff office. I was most impressed by the daily journal of Master Zhenyan and the book Cycle of Kindness. Both are great books to recommend to teachers.
The diverse range of publications gives students and teachers something to enjoy and indulge in. It can be said that this Christmas gift is one of a kind.
In Kota Kinabalu, Malaysia, Tzu Chi volunteers held a series of activities such as health checkups, eye examinations and free haircuts for 283 care recipients. At the event, the volunteers also took the opportunity to promote recycling and prepared vegetarian dishes for the care recipients to enjoy.
In Malaysia's Kota Kinabalu, knowing that Tzu Chi care recipients all face financial difficulties, the volunteers held a health checkup on their behalf. Thanks to the free clinic, this care recipient's child finally got treatment.
I was planning to take him to see a doctor, but it was too late. Thanks to the free clinic, I feel so relieved now because I got medicine for him. After taking the medicine, I'm sure he will feel better.
Every doctor carefully checks on each care recipient's health condition so that patients with early symptoms can get timely treatment.
People can come here to measure their blood pressure, especially for those who don't have enough money to see a doctor. They can come to this free clinic to undergo a comprehensive health checkup.
19-year-old Camellia is a care recipient. As a pharmacy student, she volunteers to help out at the free clinic to reciprocate Tzu Chi's help.
I feel happy because Tzu Chi helped me, and now it's my turn to help others. I can feel their happiness in receiving others' help. It makes me feel good to see them so happy.
The volunteers also take the chance to educate the recipients on the importance of recycling and take them to sort recyclables together.
From now on, I won't throw away recyclables because I've realized how useful these recyclables are. I will collect the recyclables and give them to you.
Besides health checkups, the recipients also take eye examinations and get free haircuts. The volunteers also prepare vegetarian dishes for the 283 recipients to give them a taste of home cooking.
Medical staff from the Taichung Tzu Chi Hospital recently carried out a free clinic in central Taiwan with doctors from ophthalmology, dental and internal medicine departments taking part. A neurosurgeon was also on site to remind residents of the things to take note of in the cold weather as a prevention against strokes. Arriving at the Zhonghe Elementary School, Taichung Tzu Chi volunteers and team of medical staff worked together to decorate the free clinic venue. Doctors from the ophthalmology, dental and neurosurgical departments are all here for the event. Nurses first help measure blood pressure for the senior residents. As healthcare resources are limited in the remote areas, the free clinic is a great help for local residents. This classroom is providing ophthalmology treatment, and the next is providing dental services. Like going to a hospital, residents find everything they need at Tzu Chi's free clinic. A neurosurgeon is also on site to remind villagers of the things to take note of in the cold weather.
At night, we normally drink less water, especially before going to bed. In the 6 to 8 hours of sleep, we don't have any water intake, which increases the chance of a stroke. If anything happens, we will feel it in our limbs before waking up.
With much needed medical equipment on site, doctors and volunteers all vow to continue to serve residents in remote areas. Taiwan's Feichui Reservoir is one of two major water sources for residents in Taipei, Danshui and Taoyuan. Guarding the water sources is no easy task due to frequent trespassers. However, thanks to a small number of security guards, residents do not have to worry about the purity of their drinking water. In today's segment of Taiwan's Unique Trades, we take you behind the scenes for a look at what Feichui Reservoir security guards do on the job.
Sometimes we will see illegal cultivation or construction in these areas. Mostly we will see illegal fishing going on. They hide deep in the mountain, so we need to search every corner of the area.
Upon approaching the Feichui Reservoir, signs warning trespassers are placed near the wire fences.
Even though we have a wire fence surrounding the area, vandals still will damage the fence.
Even with year-round security at Feichui Reservoir, the ecosystem there appeals to trespassers, and garbage also seems to follow where humans go.
Some fishermen's habits are malicious. They throw out their garbage when they come here. This is why we ban people from entering this area. Their waste pollute the water.
Even with tight security, garbage is still strewn everywhere. It seems educating the public about protecting our environment still needs improvement.
Yes, we still need to work harder at that.
Reservoir security looks easy. However, with only 26 people guarding the 10.24 kilometers square of mountainous twists and turns, trespassers have many opportunities to find access to the area.
People set traps to capture the snake-necked turtle, so we will monitor the mountain to prevent that. Yes, that's a protected animal.
In order to capture this highly prized animal used for herbal supplements, hunters will use mouse traps. Some fishermen go as far as using a tire and a large wash bowl as a flotation device.
Trespassers will use shrimp traps and fishing nets combined with simple watercrafts to commit their illegal acts.
Fishing bait causes eutrophication of the reservoir water, and if caught, perpetrators face serious fines. Residents of Taipei, Danshui, and Taoyuan area really have these security guards to thank for their everyday drinking water.
勤务中心213呼叫213呼叫，目前巡逻至弹腰，没有状况，恕我了解。收到，勤务中心收到。
The job of security guard is not only guarding the area 24 hours a day, but also directing lost hikers to the right place. Security Captain Mei Yifan have been at this job for 26 years.
At this reservoir, we have reinforced security patrols. The most evident improvement is some previously protected species that were close to extinction now have successfully repopulated.
Protected animals found around the reservoir are the tree frog, Formosan macaques, and the Formosan blue magpie. Although the rules mean many are unable to view the magnificent scenery around the reservoir, residents of northern Taiwan should really thank these hardworking security guards for their access to clean drinking water.
In Taiwan's Tainan, Catholic priest Father Li Ruowang opened a cold noodle restaurant near his church, not because he was looking to make extra cash, but as a way to protect the troubled children in his congregation, as there were plans to turn the previous vacant storefront into an internet cafe or video arcade. Li took it upon himself to rent the location. Now his noodle store also serves as a place for those who might need temporary employment to make ends meet.
等它第一次大滚的时候再加上一下，再加一次水。
Giving advice about how to make a great bowl of noodles is Father Li Ruowang. He rented this storefront not to make a living, but to protect the children in his congregation.
There were rumors that this location was going to be rented as an internet cafe or video arcade. Since we are taking care of many children who were once addicted to such places, we wanted to take that temptation away.
Once the storefront was rented, Father Li had to think of something to do with it. So he looked to his family's roots and began spreading his love from the church to the street.
If someone needs a job, even a temporary job, they can come here to work. Students from low-income families can work here to earn money to help out their families.
From looking after troubled children to cold noodle shop owner, Father Li shoulders much responsibility. However, he says, a little love can go a long way.
As 2013 is just a few days away, many families are getting ready to celebrate the coming new year. However, for some low-income families, they probably do not look forward to the holiday as much. In the United States, city volunteers in Texas arrived in Linda's elementary school to hand out winter jackets to its students. As most of them are from low-income households, we'll leave you with these images. Thank you for tuning in. Goodbye.